Hi guys, and welcome back from Carly at the Herbathicary. Really good to see you guys again. If you're new to the channel or like the videos, please show your support by hitting like and subscribe down below. Let us know that you've enjoyed it, found something useful, and you'll get notifications whenever we do any new videos. We do have ones on everything from crochet to macrame to hundreds of foraging videos and recipes, identifications, and soups, stews, risottos, lots of videos. Hope you enjoy them. So a quick disclaimer, I am not a doctor, I am not an ethnobotanist. I have been studying the benefits of plants, both wild and cultivated, for over a decade. Please do your own thorough research. Don't eat anything unless you're 100% sure. Check with a book, check with the internet, check with a foraging group online. There are many on Facebook. Avoid areas where plants where they might have sprayed or animals might have sprayed. Make sure you have the landowner's permission. Never take endangered species, and only ever take as much as you need. Don't forget to leave some for the wildlife and other foragers. Now, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you will know that here at the Herbathicary, not only do we love getting out in nature and foraging for our goodies, we also love cultivating food at home. My children eat mostly green. They won't say no to a hot dog, but they do love just being able to go around and know what they can just pick and jump on the way. Now, I know in the disclaimer I said that you should avoid areas that might have been sprayed, animals might have been sprayed, there's pollution, and most of us live in an area where that is unavoidable. We actually live very close to an industrial estate that I ride through every day, and that is what's going to be included in today's video. But we also live really close to power plants, so finding things that technically are pollutant free, not so easy. And most of the green spaces that we have, people do take their dogs. I've never seen anyone walking a cat, but I know that they do frequent there. So finding spaces where animals haven't sprayed is difficult too. Now, my ride should take around 11 minutes to get to work. However, it always takes me longer and I'm always running late. But during lockdown, this little space, because the industrial estate was closed down, everything thrived, and there are still pollutants, there were still pollutants around, and it's very difficult to find spaces where they aren't. But on my little ride, there is so much available. So obviously I won't be picking them, but this is what normal people miss on their day-to-day journeys. So let's leave my beautiful garden and my calendula blooming beautifully, or blooming beautiful, and let's see how many goodies we can find on my technically 11-minute ride. It is Sunday the 11th of June, so 9 days away from our big summer solstice celebration. Please excuse the shaky camera work, but I am trying to ride holding my phone in one hand as I broke the holder that I normally use for my forage walks. And hiding here by someone's gate, we actually have a lovely patch of very mature herb robert. They've even let me go and weed for them on occasion. So we'll keep going along. As I said, I didn't say, We will not be discussing what these plants are used for. The point of today's video is just to show you how much you may miss, and apparently quite a bit, as I have my finger in front of the camera. So we shall fix that so I can zoom in on this cute little patch of pineapple weed growing up through the cracks in the curb. I love pineapple weed. It has all the benefits of chamomile with that amazing pineapple-y flavor. But I cultivate this in my garden as well, so I don't have to pick from the side of roads. And just as we turn the corner, one of my neighbors has this beautiful patch of calendula growing. And they have very kindly given us permission to pick some of those for our summer solstice celebration. We set out to usually Wepper Park in Wales and do our little celebration there. So now down the alleyway, and we have some chickweed growing on the floor. Now, again, I wouldn't pick down this alleyway. This is a pub down the road, and it is let's just say it's not just animals that spray down there. So we'll keep going, and this is the bridge that the girls and I stand on and wave to the train. And the official entrance to the industrial estate. Oh, they've just made this path wider. There used to be a big wall there that you'd have to zigzag around. So here on the industrial estate, there we have a sweet chestnut tree. It's very, very spiky, so we do avoid that one. But I have tried to cultivate some cuttings from that on occasion. Now, just round this corner is one that I'm so glad I didn't miss. But as you can see here, there's lots of nettles and stuff growing, and they've all come into seed. Here we have the Rosa Canina, or the dog rose. I'll hop off my bike here quickly. And down here we have some garlic mustard growing, that beautiful rose. But just around the corner was one I never thought I would ever see up close and personal. Here we have the giant hogweed, and for those that are interested, I have reported it and it will be removed as it does have phototoxic sap. So this one is most definitely not edible, but still amazing to see up close. And we've even got some elderflower hiding in there somewhere, but I will not be attempting to pick those because of those giant hogweed. But just opposite this green patch, we have a crab apple tree. There's actually another two further down, but I'm not going to detour that much. We have some more Rosa Canina. I do pick the spent flowers, the rose hips from those after we've had our first frost. So there's quite a few of those. So let's keep going and see what else we can find. There's another crab apple tree on that side, and another 3 dog roses, a elderflower, and lots of red valerian. I generally only use the white valerian, but there is lots of that around. Right here we have the first of the yarrow growing there, and this one actually has some beautiful pink flowers on it. I'm not sure if that's because of sun exposure or maybe the poor soil, but they are really pretty. So let's keep going. And just round the corner and next to one of the places that frequents on my bank statements every week, the wood timber place, we have a field, or well, a line of beautiful horsetail. Now, I use them mostly in things like toothpaste and stuff like that, but again, obviously it's a building site and their roots run so deep, so even during lockdown I still wouldn't have considered it completely safe to pick those, as their roots have been absorbing pretty much everything that's been going on this estate for hundreds of years. So just carry on. There's so much of that horsetail there and other bits growing, But here is another one of my favorites. Queen Anne's lace growing in there with mugwort. So we've got some mugwort and some Queen Anne's lace. I am going to stop and see if I can actually see the red dot in the middle. You can just about see it on these ones, but again, the flowers are pink, when normally they're quite white. So you can see the dot better. It actually looks quite black. And there's a little ladybug sat on the mugwort. And this one's going to seed. So what I might actually do is when this one dries out, is come back and harvest that seed head and see if I can get this one growing in my garden, because it's one of the few that I don't. Here we have one that's quite white. It's actually quite pretty, this one. And that one you can slightly see it. Now on the other side of the road we have another beautiful dog rose. And this patch over here is one of my favorites. Now you see why it takes me so long to get to work, as I'm zigzagging across the road and stopping every 5 seconds to see what I can find. And this patch is always full. Now we saw some red clover there, but it is the patch a little further on that has everything else growing it. This one on the other side of the road has pretty much everything that we've covered so far. There's some big yarrows in there and some wild carrots. But on this side we have bull thistle, an actual sea, oh my finger again, an actual sea of red clover. Now this one always bothers me that I can't pick them, because red clover tea is great for hormone issues and, you know, lady stuff. So we've got lots of thistles growing in here. Another beautiful bush. How red are those clovers? They're actually purple. And we've got some more horsetail. So much going on in this little patch. Some more giant bull thistles. This one, as I said, it always annoys me that I don't get to pick in. We've also got a gorse bush on the corner there, but that one doesn't seem to flower that often. I think maybe once every 2nd year if we're lucky. So we're carrying along down now, and this is actually a car tire place, but as you can see they don't weed, or not weed. And there we have some wild lettuce growing, the one with the spiky stem up the back. And I have researched and believed that the sap, if processed from this, has pain-killing qualities similar to morphine, but we haven't tried that because we haven't had any need for morphine. But I think that's one you should research in your own time, and if you ever do have a need for morphine, it's right there. A little further on down the road, and there is some coltsfoot popping up. Now this one I don't believe has flowered as yet, but you can use the leaves too. And that one we cultivate in the garden that I'm going to, the person that I care for, and it is a great cough remedy. My next video is on the concoction I made to help deal with A, the cough, and B, the esophageal issues that I've been suffering lately, to see if that can help ease some of my pain before I get treated. Lots more goodies that we've already covered hiding along this fence. There's even quite a few more wild lettuce growing. And then another coltsfoot hiding on the other side of this abandoned electricity box. So we've just got a little bit further to go. I am now officially, let's say, 3/4 of the way to work. And if we include the dandelion, nettle, broadleaf and ribwort plantain that we found, I think we're up to about 14 or 15 now. Can't be sure. So now this is the nice green patch that I go past, and in here there are 3 amazing huge cherry trees, and they're always so full of cherries, but again I'm always cautious to pick them. So we'll just go around the corner here. Now, this is actually a great patch for mushrooms during autumn. Again, I don't eat these, but I have brought some home and mixed them in with my compost, hoping that the mycelium will spread and I will get some kind of mushroom compost. I don't mind mushrooms popping up in my garden. I actually think they're quite cute, and it's a big thing in our house that the kids only ever eat the mushrooms that we buy from the shop, because I'm still very cautious of mushrooms, although I have been lucky enough to find some velvet ear cups and some jelly ear mushrooms in Wales at Wepper Park, and although I haven't been brave enough to give them to the kids, I have tried them myself and they're very, very yummy. So now I'm almost at work and I love this verge here. There are always so many goodies hiding in there. I think on the left we actually have some mallow plants. Now again, I've never picked these and I don't know much about the mallow, but I believe that I've positively identified them. We've got some ribwort plantain there, and this is an entire hedge of hawthorn. I've never picked the berries, but I absolutely love the smell as I ride past. I put my hand out and shake the flowers, as to me it smells a bit like bubblegum. Just round the corner and all by itself, we have a feverfew. Now that one just popped up a little while ago. I do have the suspicion that some of the seeds from our feverfew might have fallen out of my pocket. I always have a pocket full of seeds. Here we have a beautiful linden tree. Now I've always been tempted to try the leaves of the linden, but I will not be using that one. And here we have a full row of horsetail or mare's tail, or however you know them. Getting really, really close to work now. And now we're back onto the housing estate, and we've got lots of herb Robert, another elderflower tree. Now this one I know is safe to pick and she allows me. So we get elderflowers and we get elderberries. Around the corner we have a row of thistles and some more of that pink valerian. Another linden tree. Then we've got the rowan berry tree. Now I do like this one, but there is a car place right behind it, so I always fear about the exhaust fumes and whether or not I should be picking them. Down in the verge we've got some blackberries, and we've even got some wild garlic. Garlic mustard. The ones in there are gone to seed. Some nettles, and another huge hedge of hawthorn, of course. But I'm finally at work now, and just in time to pick those beautiful red strawberries. They are the only fruit that I can get him to eat other than grapes, so I shall be making him a fruit salad for his lunch. So that's my 0.7 mile journey to work every day, and I'm pretty sure we covered over 25 different edibles or medicinals growing on roots. Now, of course, it's disappointing that we can't harvest these, but think of what you miss on your journeys every day, and just how much non-foragers miss, full stop. I absolutely love my area. There is so much available to us, and we do go out traveling, but foraging has absolutely changed my life over the last 10 years. I love sharing it with others. I love sharing it with my kids. They even love sharing it with their friends now, not only in our garden, but when we go to the park. Again, thank you guys for coming back to the Herbothicary. It was great to see you again. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.